A last note on the Conquest of Happiness by the wonderful Bertrand Russell. In the first part, this amazing author, philosopher, scientist, wonderful mind, explains the reasons why we are unhappy, and he anticipates a lot of what private positive psychology has demonstrated lately in the past few years. He has some statements that are passe, that no longer apply. For instance, he talks about women who need to be married in order to be happy. That was probably true, at least in large part, to a great extent, in the beginning of the 20th century, and well towards the second part. And it is actually true in some places in the world where arranged marriages are still forced upon the women. Women live in slavery. For the fundamentalists, the so-called Islamic State, there everybody is tortured and oppressed. But not to in order to come to avoid digression, I will come back and say that indeed there is one example that I liked among plenty. The book makes sense, easy to read, accessible, enjoyable, funny, quite often. Sorry. The example of worry, which I would say is translated in rule number 7 in the How of Happiness by Sunil Borminsky, and in other books by other great psychologists, where she says we need to have a strategy for coping with adversity and trauma. And indeed, one rule there is to stop worrying, stop obsessing about something that went wrong, or perhaps is going to be wrong, or we fear. And Bertrand Russell also says, well, why do so many stay awake at night and just worry when it doesn't make any sense, because they just worry, oh, well, what if, and how about that, and this happened, and they have no solution, and it's not doing anything but wrong, because you don't sleep, you worry, you're tense, you're unhappy. And besides, the solution to the problem, which could be found the following day with a clear head, is getting ever more distant, because an unrested mind is not working properly. That's again tested and proved by various psychology studies, neuroscience, and so on. In the second part, with the happiness rules, so to say, there are some things which, some suggestions which are magnificent. They have a majesty, actually, and it is something like this. I don't have the words. You better read the book, actually. Stop now and read the book. Stop this, I mean, and everything else. He says that once a man or a woman has found greatness, one is unable to return to a petty character, to do bad things. And we also have to realize that what the universe has, the most astonishing, interesting of value, is within our head. The mind is the most amazing, fabulous thing in the whole universe. And once you realize that, well, you have to look in a different way, and you will become, and this is here where it's funny, less worried if the man is telling you 147th time the story of I don't know, the bishop of Tierra del Fuego, I think it was in the book. You just realize it's the 147th time, and you 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 see the universe in another perspective. You don't worry. You laugh at such things, and you stop worrying, and you don't consider an earthquake when your lace of the shoe is untied and you lose a train, or for that matter, because you stumble or something. You see things in a different, completely different perspective. Wonderful book.